Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. I welcome you all to our channel Era DigiCloud. I hope you have already subscribed our channel. If not, don't forget to like and subscribe our channel in order to get updates of these videos and the more which is coming forward. So why we are here today? So today we are going to learn AWS cloud computing together with theory and practical hands-on. And our today's title is Install Apache HTTP Server on Windows EC2 instance and access the test page via public IP address. So if I talk about EC2 instance, which is one of the AWS service, EC2 is famous for virtual machines. Means if you have to provision virtual machines in AWS, then you are going to launch EC2 instances. Now, what we can do on those virtual machines, we can run web applications on those virtual machines, and we can do a lot more activities. So today we are going to set up a web server on our Windows EC2 instance, and we will access a test page. But before that, let's talk about Apache HTTP server. So I have taken a couple of pointers before I'm going to take you towards AWS Management Console, where I will show you the practical hands-on. So Apache HTTP Server is a free and open source web server that delivers web content through the internet. Now, Apache HTTP Server is not the only web server, it is one of the web server. So that's why I have taken my next pointer, that is examples of other web servers. So other than Apache HTTP Server, you can make use of Nginx, Lite, TPD, IIS, Apache Tomcat, and many more which have been listed here in front of you. Next question which I have seen, people usually ask, what is a difference between Apache HTTP and Apache Tomcat? So I have taken a couple of differences here. Apache server is an HTTP web server, while the Apache Tomcat server is mainly a Java application server. Second pointer, which I have listed down here, that is Tomcat is used to serve dynamic content such as Java servlets and JSP files, while Apache is used to serve static content. Apache Tomcat is written in Java, while Apache web server is written in C language. Okay. So these are some of the differences which you can keep in your mind before you are going to start with this demonstration. Okay. So if you are good till here, so now it's a time to start with the demo, and we are going to do this demo step by step. And on each step, I am going to highlight the important pointers. So let me take you all to the AWS Management Console. This is my AWS Management Console. Hope you also have an active account in the AWS. If you don't have, then I will recommend to create an account in AWS. And for that, you can watch my video in our channel, Era DigiCloud, where I have explained what is a free tier account and how you can create and activate an account in AWS. Okay. So this is a landing page, and Management Console is a web interface in order to interact with AWS services. Let me click on EC2. So you can search for a service by typing the name in the search bar, or if you have explored that service, you can see that in the recently visited section too. So it's your choice. So if you are new, then you can type the name of the service in the search bar and you will be redirected to the service dashboard. So let me take you all to the EC2 dashboard. Here in EC2 dashboard, we will click on instances. And I'm going to launch a Windows instance. So I can say launch instances. Before you are going to launch an instance, you have to keep in your mind that EC2 is a regional service. So you need to choose a geographical location in which you want to launch an EC2 instance. And from this particular drop down, you can choose a geographical location. So currently, I am using Mumbai as my geographical location. Let me provide a name. I'm giving a name, for example, application server. I will scroll down. In the AMI, I am going to choose Windows. I will choose Microsoft Windows Server 2022 base as the distribution. I will scroll down further. Instance type, you can choose t2.micro if you want to stay under free tier. But remember, if you are going to choose t2.micro, then based on the specifications, you can face some performance issue if you are going to do some installation on your Windows instance. So for this particular demonstration, I'm choosing an instance of higher configuration. Let's say I'm choosing t2.small. Okay, or you can choose any other type of instance. It's your choice. Okay, let's say you can search the instances of type T3. Okay, so based on the number of virtual CPUs, based on the memory configuration and other factors, you can choose an instance type. Okay, let me choose T3.small. As I can see that T3.small has more number of virtual CPUs as T2.small. Okay, so let's take this. I will have to create a key pair for this particular demo. I am going to connect to my Windows EC2 instance through RDP, okay? And the key pair would be required in order to decrypt the administrator password. The same you can read from here, okay? So either you can create a new key pair from scratch, or if you have any existing key pair, you can choose that. So currently, I am choosing an existing key pair I already have in my account. I'm typing the name, Windows key pair, and this is the one which I have already created. Under network setting, I will keep everything default. I will only allow RDP traffic from anywhere. And I will also allow HTTP traffic from the internet. Okay. This HTTP traffic from the internet, I am allowing in order to access the test page via public IP address. Okay. You can always add the rules later too. It's your choice. So I'm saying launch instance. I will wait for the instance to be successfully initiated. I will wait for the instance launch to be successfully initiated, and then I will go to instances. From here, I will see that there is an instance which is running of type t3.small and with the name application server. If you want, you can filter on the basis of running, okay? And you will see an instance which is running here. Now, what is a next step? Next step is I have to connect to this instance. So I will select this instance. I will click on connect. And I'm going to choose RDP client for this particular demonstration. You can download the remote desktop file from here, or if you already have a remote desktop client on your machine, if you are using a Windows machine, it would be there, okay? But you can download it from here too. Let me do that. I am downloading this file and you can save it. Suppose I'm saving it here in a particular folder by clicking on save. And once it would be downloaded, you can open this. Okay, you can click on connect. It is asking for an administrator password. So how can you get that? You have to click on get password from here. You have to upload the key file which you had downloaded in the step while launching an EC2 instance. Okay, so basically, if you are creating a new key pair, you will be able to download the file. If you have used the existing key pair, then you should have the access of that key pair file, which is present on your local machine or anywhere you have saved it. Okay, I am clicking on upload private key file. And I'm going to choose the PEM file which I had already downloaded. I will say open and I am going to say decrypt password. Okay. As it is a password, so it's a suggestion that you should handle this password securely. Okay. You always have an option that you can rotate this password later. Let me take this. I am providing this password here and then I will say okay. You can click on yes if you're going to get this pop-up. and soon you will be connected to your Windows EC2 instance. It is preparing the windows for you, and soon you will be able to see your Windows EC2 instance correction successfully established. Okay, so we can see this. Now, what is the next step? The next step is we are going to download Apache HTTP server. Okay. If you are getting this pop-up, you can choose according to your choice. Okay. I have chosen no here. I'm opening Microsoft Edge and I'm going to download Apache HTTP server. I'm not adding any account currently, so I will say start without your data. I'm going to say confirm and continue. I will continue without the data. I'm not going to sign into the Google account. And the first thing which I'm going to do, that is to install Apache HTTP server. Okay. So you can type on internet Apache HTTP on Windows, or otherwise you can go to official documentation of Apache HTTP. Okay. And then you can go to download from there. Okay. So you can type https://httpd.apache.org, or you can search like this. If you will scroll down, you can see this using Apache HTTP server on Microsoft Windows. I am using this link. And from here, you can read about it and you can come down to download Apache for Windows. Okay. So I'm going to use any of these third-party providers. You can see the Apache HTTP server project itself does not provide binary releases. The Apache HTTP server project itself does not provide binary releases of software, only source code. Individual committers may provide binary packages as a convenience. So I am using this Apache launch. Let me click here and I will be redirected to the documentation. Okay. Apache launch has provided up-to-date Windows binaries and popular third-party modules for more than 15 years. Okay. So I'm going to choose the one for Windows 64. Let me click here. I can close this pop-up. And it's going to download this HTTPD on my machine. Okay. Next thing which I'm going to do, I am going to install a zip extractor. So let's say I'm typing here, download a zip extractor. Okay. And you can download any of the zip extractor from here. Suppose I'm downloading this one, WinRAR. Let me download this. Okay, it got downloaded. Let's install it. I'm going to do that. You can select the associate WinRAR packages here. And I'm marking it as done. Next thing is I'll open the file. And I am going to extract all the files present here in the C drive. So I will say extract to. I will go to the root folder of C drive and I'm going to extract it. Okay. Now you have to ensure that you are extracting this package Apache 2.4 in the root of the C drive due to the configurations. Okay. So let me move to the C drive. And I'm going to show you something. If I will go to C drive here, if I will open this Apache 2.4, you can go to conf. And from here, you can read this httpd.conf. I'm opening this file just for your reference. You can try an app on this PC. I'm opening this file with Notepad. So here you can see the configuration details, okay? Here you can see all the configuration details, okay? So we have defined this here in the configuration file. That's why I had asked you to extract that in the root folder of C drive, okay? Just to avoid any challenges. Next thing which you can refer, that is a README file which you have extracted. If you will open this README file, it acts as a documentation, okay? This README file will give you an idea about the minimum system requirement, installation steps, okay? How to run and test it. These are the steps which has been mentioned here, okay? Now what we are going to do, we are going to install this Apache HTTP as a service. So if you want, you can follow these steps. So to install as a service, open command prompt as an administrator, and you have to type this, okay? Let's do that. So I'm opening command prompt as an administrator. So I will say run as administrator. And what is the next step I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Apache 2.4 bin folder where my executable file is present, this httpd. I will select this. I will change my directory. And I am going to do the installation like this. httpd-k install and press enter. Okay. It is saying installing the Apache 2.4 service. The Apache 2.4 service is successfully installed. Okay. Like I have to explain you the breakdown of this command httpd-k install. httpd is the executable file for the Apache HTTP server. Okay. So it is the main program that handles HTTP request and serves web pages. Next, we have -k. This is an attribute, or this is a command line option in Apache's command line interface. It is used to specify that the subsequent argument is a command that should be executed. And install, this is a command being executed. It tells Apache to install, register itself as a service on the system. Okay. So now what we are going to do? We are going to open a start menu. We are going to type services here. And we will open the services. Okay. And what we will see here? We will see we have this Apache 2.4. I select it and I'm going to start the service. Once the service would be started, let's test it locally. In order to test it locally, what I'm going to type on internet 127.0.0.1 and press enter. I am getting a test page. It works. Okay. This 127.0.0.1 is pointing to the local host. Okay. And from where I get this page, just for your reference, if you will go here, if you will go to the Apache 2.4, the parent folder, here under htdocs, if you will open this, you can see there is an index file. Okay. If you will open this index file, for example, I'm opening this index file with Notepad. Okay, you can see the content written here. It works. Okay, and you can also inspect it in the browser. So now this is the installation which we wanted to achieve. But what is our next goal? Our next goal is we want to access this test page over the public IP address of EC2 instance. Let's try that. This is my management console. I'm back to my management console. I'll go to instances. I will select the instance. I will take the public IP. I'll scroll down. I'll just copy it from here. Don't click on open address. Just for your knowledge, when you click on open address, it opens this IP in the HTTPS. And currently we have not installed any SSL TLS certificate here. Okay. So if you have to open it in the browser and you want to serve it over HTTP, then copy the public IP address to the clipboard using this button. Click here and paste it here. What do you expect? Should it give you it works or should it give you some error? Let's see that. If something would be wrong, we are going to troubleshoot the things together, because the goal of this particular demo is to give you an opportunity that how to troubleshoot the things if you are getting into trouble. Let's wait. Okay. I am getting the site can't be reached. Usually when we get this type of error, first of all, we go to our instances and we check if our status check is giving to us 2x2 check passed. Okay. If you are not aware about this status check column, then you can always see this. Let me help you out. If you will select your instance, if you will go to the status and alarms, okay. Here you can read about these two status checks. Okay. If you will go to info, you can see EC2 performs automated checks on every running EC2 instance to identify hardware and software issues. System status check. This check verifies that your instance is reachable. EC2 tests that network packets can get to your instance. And instance status checks. This checks verifies that your instance's operating system is accepting traffic. Okay. So this is looking fine to me because it is giving to me 2x2 check pass. Then why I am getting this error, the site can't be reached. The another thing which I should troubleshoot, that is security group. So I will go to security. In security, if I will scroll down, I will open that in new tab. And I'm going to see the rules in the security group. Okay. I had to allow HTTP traffic from anywhere, which I have already done. If you can see this rule. Okay, means this rule is also looking fine to you. So now what is the next thing we should check basically? Okay, so we are going to go to our Windows EC2 instance and let's do a troubleshooting there. So this is my Windows EC2 instance. First of all, let's check the Apache status. Okay. So if I have to check the Apache status, as I have already started the service, so I could see that service is up and running. Okay. But I can execute this query here in the command prompt just to check the service status. Okay. And when I'll press enter, I can see the state is running. Means this is also looking fine to me. Okay. The next step is I am going to verify the port configuration. I have opened my security group rules on HTTP port 80. Okay. So where I can see this, I can go to the conf folder and I'm going to open this HTTPD conf file. Okay. Let me open this. I'm going to open this with Notepad. And let me see the port configuration. So for that, if you will scroll down, let's search for listen. You can see the port binding is 80. Okay. Listen allow you to bind Apache to a specific IP address and or ports instead of the default. Okay. So this is looking fine to me. Okay. So I have verified the port configuration. I have verified the security group rules. I have verified the Apache service status. What is the next thing I should verify? I also need to verify the firewall settings. Okay, means I need to check the Windows firewall setting on EC2 instance. I have to make sure that it allows inbound traffic on port 80. So how can we check that? Let's see. I'll go here to the start menu. I'm going to open control panel from here. So you can search for the control panel. In the control panel, I'm going to open system and security. Next, I'm going to open Windows Defender Firewall. And then I am going to say allow an app or feature through Windows Defender Firewall. Here I have to ensure if Apache HTTP server on port 80 is allowed. Okay, so you can scroll down and you can see that Apache HTTP server on port 80 is not allowed. So at least we have got one point to troubleshoot. Till the time whatever we had verified, it was looking fine to us. So how can we correct it? In order to correct it, what we are going to do, we are going to click on allow another app. Okay. We'll do this. Okay. You can say browse. So either you can check for the Apache here. Otherwise, what you can do, you can go to C drive because you're already aware where Apache is present. You can go to Apache folder. You can go to bin and you can add this executable file. Okay. Let's say add. And here you can provide the access by checking the box for both private and public if you want to allow the communication on both types of network. Let me take public and private for now, okay? And I am going to say okay here, okay? Let's do that. I have done this. Let me close this. And now let's go back to our browser and let's try to see if we are able to access this over public IP. Okay, let me refresh this. Can you see? It is working. This time I'm able to see it works. Okay. If you want to try something else, come here. Let's make some changes in your index file. Okay. I'm writing welcome to EC2 Windows instance. I'm writing welcome to EC2 Windows instance. Okay. And I'm saving this. Let me do that. Let's close this. First of all, let's refresh it here. I can see this. Let's try this over the public IP address now. It works. It means now you are able to access Apache HTTP via public IP address of your EC2 instance. Okay. So this is what I wanted to explain you as a part of this particular YouTube video. If you want to see such interesting demos, then stay tuned. If you want to see such interesting demos, then stay tuned. If you want to see such interesting demos, then stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe our channel because here we are going to learn cloud computing together along with theory plus hands-on. Thank you very much for watching this video. Really looking forward to join me as a part of the next video so that I can share such important updates with all of you. Bye-bye and take care.